The French Revolution. The most populated city in France was Paris. It's that little star thing. The old regime. The old social and political system in France before the Revolution. The estates. The first estate was made up of the clergy and the monarchy. They had lots of money. The second estate was made up of nobles. They had a decent amount of money. And the third estate was made up of townspeople and peasants. They were really poor. Really, really poor. Versailles was built by Louis XIV. It was 12 miles away from Paris. It was really, really big. Louis XVI and Marie Antoinette. Louis XVI did not show signs of a king from an early age. He was shy, bad socially, and very easily persuaded. Marie Antoinette comes from Austria, and her nickname is Madame Deficit because she likes to spend a lot of money on pointless luxuries. She is known for her crazy hairstyles. Louis got married when he was 15 and Marie was 14. Louis was crowned at 20. France got some issues. The shortage of bread. Debt from wars. Only the third estate being taxed. With all of France's issues, Louis decided to call the Estates General. He said, "I'm calling the meeting of the Estates General." The purpose of it was to discuss taxes. National Assembly. The Third Estate wanted votes to count as individuals instead of a group.
I think all of our votes should count as individuals instead of having a big whole group. No.
The Third Estate suggests that all the estates meet together, but Louis wanted them to meet separately.
Hey, I think we should meet together and have all the estates meet as one. No.
When the Estates General took place, the Third Estate was locked out of Versailles. The Tennis Court Oath. When the Third Estate was locked out of Versailles, they met in the tennis court and declared themselves the new representatives of France.
We have a new representative of France.
The storming of Bastille! The people of France stormed the prison for gunpowder.
We will drive ourselves insane as the friendship goes, resentment grows.
March on Versailles. Fishwomen invaded the palace for flour. They were very strong women. When they got there and didn't get the flour, they rioted the place and forced Louis and Marie to go to Paris with them. They eventually got their flour. Another outcome of the March on Versailles was the Declaration of the Rights of Man, a document stating the universal and individual rights. They got Louis to sign it after they stormed Versailles. The guillotine! Dun dun dun! It was an execution machine so that everyone could be equal in death. Austria now started to become a bit of an issue. Louis, out of the rioting, fled to Austria, but the people retained him. There he is, and brought him back to Paris. But his family stayed in Austria. Then there was war! The Brunswick Manifesto was then created by the Duke of Brunswick to get France to surrender.
Dear France, I'm sorry to say that we declare war on you. You suck and we hate you. Please surrender. Love, Austria. Prussia.
Once Louis returned, he was arrested for treason and put to death by the guillotine. And the Reign of Terror began. Robespierre. Robespierre was a very important man who led the Reign of Terror. He first believed in peace, but then turned to violence. Marat was also an important element. He was a writer who believed in violence and the guillotine. He was killed in the bathtub. Dead. Marie Antoinette was later put to death. The Committee of Public Safety was an act against domestic and foreign threats, but really just turned into a dictatorship. You're right. Heads started to roll. Robespierre was put to death. He was getting out of hand. Dead. Robespierre's death ended the Reign of Terror. Stuff that you also might need to know. The bourgeoisie were third rich estaters, I guess. The émigrés were nobles that fled to Austria. Charlotte Corday was the one who killed Marat. The Jacobin Club was hardcore revolutionaries. They're pretty crazy. The civil constitution of the clergy had something to do with them getting rid of clergy land and such. And that sums up the French Revolution.